Hello class. I wanted to help you out with using Turnitin so you could understand some of the power of this program, what it can do for you, and how it can also aggravate you if you don't understand what's going on. So when your paper is submitted to Turnitin, it comes up as a blank set of text with no commentary on it whatsoever. But you have some tools at your disposal. So if we come over here, along this side here, the first thing I'm going to look at is the Originality Index. And as I've said before, we want to be 15% or less. So clicking on this little icon here brings up what on this page is not original. Well, it's very small amounts. It's really not, it's not significant. There's nothing there that's a concern, and so I'm not too worried about it. They're in different colors because they come from different books, and it's good to see them coming from different books. But these are just expressions and phrases, so there's really nothing here that has any concern to me whatsoever. So that's the first thing. If you're at 25, 30% or more, then probably you're going to have large chunks of these that are problematic. So I'm going to just close that out because I don't want that cluttering things up. Then there's another thing down here at the bottom. This is the purple one. These comments are not from your professor. These are not from me. They're not from your other professor. These are built into the Turnitin program. Some professors will turn it off. Sometimes they leave it on. You can use it or not. I find a lot of times there are mistakes in it. But it'll come up in this purple. And for example, it says here there's a run-on sentence. The millennial generation is also sometimes called Generation Y. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think maybe they missed the period here, or maybe there's an extra space. I'm not sure what's going on, but they think it's missing something. And then there is a spelling mistake and whatever. So it'll catch those things, but a lot of times it will flag things which are not accurate. So I don't use it. Professors can go through and say, you know what, that's not a problem. I'm going to dismiss that. I'm quite fine with that sentence. And I'm going to do whatever. Okay, so we take that out. And what I use, and some professors will use, is the quick marks. Okay, and so quick marks are these little blue boxes. And there's different ones that you'll see. First, these, of course, what does that mean? Well, you have to click on it to see. It sounds like you think your work is deficient. Reword this. Okay, so the way it's worded is not this literature review would benefit from. So it's kind of like the student saying, this literature review is not really adequate. I don't think that's what you want to say. Down here, we need a hyphen, time consuming. Okay, so it highlights that. And when it highlights a section, so I can take any section here, and then I have a section, a list of quick marks that I can grab. Okay, because we're using these all the time for students. Brian's quick marks, those are mine, but a lot of professors have borrowed them, so you'll see the same ones here and there. What's important about the ones that I have developed is that there's often rules associated with them. So I explain why it's a hyphen problem, and I also will send you a hyperlink to where you can fix it. Okay, so every one of these, don't just say, oh, I need a hyphen there. Learn why. So I've explained why. So that's a quick mark. If you see that black or that blue box there. Here's another quick mark, but it also has a little bubble. What that means is that not only have I given you the standard generic, this is about passive voice, and I've explained what it is. I've given you a link to Purdue's OWL online writing lab and the pages that follow. But in this case, I said better, by this date, millennial will likely comprise. So instead of saying millennials are expected to comprise, which is passive, millennials are expected by someone else as the actor, by this date, millennials will likely comprise. And so it's moving it into the active voice. Okay, so when you see the bubble, that means there's a generic comment plus a comment from me personally for your particular paper. But always check on them to see what additional information they have to say. So APA citation, this needs to be cited according to APA standards, and I explain how to do the citation, the way it's supposed to be look like, and I give several links. And I also, in this case, because it's a bit of a tricky one, send you to a specific page in the APA manual. So there's a lot of information here. If you see the purple ones, just be wary. They can come up all over the place, and it's a problem. So in this case, for example, millennials is actually spelled properly. What we have is the capitalization problem. It should be a capitalized word. And to be honest, I missed that myself. But there's too many of these where I disagree with what they've put. Article errors come up all the time. So if you see those, a lot of those are wrong. It's a computer. And so you can generally pass on those. So I just take that out. Your professor in another class may do it differently. So if they've gone through and checked them and agree with them, then that's fine. Anyway, I want to let you know that's how you can navigate Turnitin and get the maximum amount out of it. Hope that helps you.